I'm sure to get a laugh from this guy because he is going to say something crazy.
It doesn't even matter if he said something. It's his whole face.
That-
Like, did you see when he went on and it was like he was orange, but they missed the eyes?
Yes. What is
They
that?
missed the
Is that the
eyes.
new makeup thing
Nah,
going on?
I don't think it's the new makeup. I just
spray tan.
Okay.
Or like the movies when they go into the tanning bed and they had a little eye thing.
I think that's what's
I
going
think
on.
that's the problem.
And somebody need to tell them to stop.
Or maybe
it.
they just like to see him look like a fool.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't need. He does that on his own. He don't need no help.
Yeah.
So I came up to this week just listening to this guy. I came up with Trump's Hall of Fame statements.
Woo! Girl, that's a lot. That take up the whole hour.
No, it's only it's 3 that I fell in love with.
Okay.
The carnivores, aka Chinese virus, aka Kung flu.
Kung flu.
Racist.
Yeah. That's it.
And he
Very
said
racist.
he's standing there talking to the nation.
Yeah.
He doesn't
The
care.
Chinese virus.
Oh
He
yeah,
said,
he
"Why do
crossed
you-
it out his paper.
Why did you call it? Because that's where it started from. That's where it came from.
And now a senator is saying it's coming because they were eating all the bats and meat and just very ignorant comments.
Then his compadres behind him got him said the Kung flu.
So it's just not him, it's the whole
It's
administration.
his whole group, his little minions. That's what. In order, he's their leader, so they are following
Their
behind their leader.
Of course.
Number 2.
Number 2.
This probably should have been number 1. I don't know. People are dying who have never died before.
That's not funny. That's not funny. Wait, finish the rest of it. Finish the rest of it.
That's what it was. That's what he said. People are dying who have never died before. I'm like, I'm sitting in my bed.
Who
I'm
ain't
like, I
never
sat
died
up
before.
in my bed. I was like,
Ain't
okay,
never died before.
how many times do we die on this earth?
Ain't never died before.
People dying that ain't never died before.
Ain't
And
never
that's how he
died.
said it. I'm like,
But you know what's crazy though is when you say he said people ain't never died before and people that's dying ain't never really lived before. How you gonna tell somebody that they ain't lived? How you gonna tell somebody just
I didn't even get that part.
Oh yeah, he said
I missed that because I was blown away with
just that part, that little one little single sentence. Also, I know some of our listeners and viewers are probably like, you know, we're doing a social distance thing. We disinfected the whole entire station, this room. So we are definitely taking our strides in social
thank
distancing.
you for that disclaimer.
Disclaimer,
Yes.
social distancing.
Yes. And just because if you do hear us cough or sneeze, does not mean that we have
corona.
corona.
Because some people, like we were talking about, some people have underlying respiratory issues or they have asthma.
Yes.
And this is a season for
And
allergies and the change of weather because spring technically just
Yeah,
rolled.
rolled.
We just
Yeah.
ask that if you do, just in
a
your
little
arm,
a little
follow
napkin.
the thing is to follow the guidelines, and we'll get into that.
Some
Last but
people
not
can't even get
least,
into their arm, so you need to cover to your shirt, a napkin, something.
do the necessary. Yesterday, he also got on and he was talking about Comcast. He called them C-O-N cast.
Oh,
And he was corrected.
Oh.
And he says, no, you may call them Comcast, but I call them Concast.
so is
in
he
the story.
saying that they have something to do with the corona too?
Fake news, all that stuff. He don't know. He's just, I think he makes up stuff as he goes along.
I
Yeah, he
think
does.
that's his coping mechanism because it's a way that he deals with what he's going through. He feels as in if he has everybody laughing at him,
Or if he think he's losing control.
you find something to get people to talk about, then the necessary what's exactly going on in the world. So, okay, I'm gonna say this ignorant comment that's gonna alleviate everything else and get the real heart off of me. Because think about it, everything was going on. He was finna, even though it was some more stuff that's gonna come up. Now all of a sudden, everything goes on. Well, now it's not on him.
True. He has a way of finessing everything.
Mhm.
He's the type of person that likes to divert
Yeah.
Very
You
much
know,
so.
He does.
Very much so.
Even though he may set you on a path,
That path's not gonna stay straight.
no, it's not.
He like a little child with like a little problem. I can't go straight. I gotta keep doing something. I gotta keep moving. He like them kids that's bothering their mama right now. Mama, I'm hungry.
But you
Or-
also have to look at it as he's even rude to his own vice president. I don't know if you've watched any of the.
He's rude to everybody.
Yeah, but it's like definitely you can see how rude he is, especially the press conferences this week. He basically just told his vice president to shut up. And he took over, the conversation.
Yeah.
And the vice president was looking
he
like
has to be in
Control.
control.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
being a leader means being a good follower.
Mhm.
And you have to know, because if you didn't put this man in this seat, he's supposed to be your right hand guy that y'all are on the same path. You may not always agree with everything, because me and Vicky don't agree with everything at all. But we
But-
know how to have a
But there's a time
Conversation.
for being able to agree to disagree.
yes.
And it's because of issues that I have and issues that you have. I feel I'm older than you. I know more than you. I've been on this earth longer than you. So how can you really tell me something? And you're like, well, the world has changed and we're not doing what you guys used to do yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's literally how our conversations go.
But we take it and we learn from each other.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's what information. You take where information is for you,
Right.
and
And
what
the-
other information you just
You
let it
can
go.
you can deposit that other information because
Mhm.
down the road
It may
you
help
may
somebody.
need that information yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you know what? Vicky did tell me this 2 hours ago. Man.
I see. Look, and it came into pass.
So I never, when someone is telling me something, whether I want to hear it or not,
Mhm.
I take it
It's information.
and I use what I need for right now.
Yes.
And that other little stuff, it goes in my
Go away.
depository. Because it's
I
going
like
to come eventually.
It'll come back.
It'll come back because that person told me that for a reason.
Yeah.
It may not be for today or tomorrow. It
Or
could even
next
be.
week.
It could be 20 years from now.
Exactly.
But when
you will
that
remember
incident happened, oh yeah, she
Click,
did
click,
say that.
Mhm.
And you guys, before you go, I have to give it up, y'all. My co-host is just looking ecstatic, okay, with the y'all. She has been coming in with the designer going crazy.
You have to represent yourself. I'm trying to be a leader with you, so I have to lead accordingly.
Oh, you
And
definitely
appearance
leading.
matter.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah, it does.
people say appearances don't matter. But
But
if
it
I came in here
does.
with my hair all off
Mhm.
top of my
Woo.
head,
I'm like, what's
Mhm.
going on,
my
Vicky?
clothes not put together,
You okay?
you,
Mhm.
our engineer over there, you're all gonna be saying,
You okay?
you need some help.
We ain't need to.
I turn my bad days into some good days. Believe it or
Amen.
not.
Gotta make sure you gotta make salt and
Trust me.
sugar.
Trust me. If you only knew what I've been through,
Amen.
Mhm.
you don't have to show it.
Yeah.
You may have to live it a little bit, but you don't have to show it.
I know that's right.
All right, we done got all the way off the see. That's what I'm saying. You take me all off the topic.
So getting back on topic, coronavirus. So with this going into Illinois, it has got real. It can get real. We gonna just keep
Ooh.
it just straight
100.
play.
I mean,
simple.
not
It
even
got real
Illinois, just Chicago. Oh my
in
God.
general. It didn't get real.
You know what I really want to say about this is, please just follow the guidelines.
Exactly.
Say it
Follow
again
the
for the people in the back.
guidelines,
Say it again for
Follow
people
the
in the back.
guidelines, the restrictions, the rules, and the regulations that's been set before us because
Yes.
it could possibly save your life.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm working on saving mine.
Amen.
It could probably save your life or someone that is close to you. Just stay. What's so hard with you guys staying in? I don't get that.
That's because I think this virus is not just for okay, well, we're gonna just stay home because people are looking at it in a negative way. But I feel like people need to look at it in a positive way to get close with your family again because we don't talk to each other. We don't have dinners together at the table. You don't talk to your children. You don't talk to your
And-
significant other.
I think that is again. I'm not attacking the millennial.
Oh, we don't listen. You can come.
You
You
know,
know, we don't listen.
It's like We can put it right in y'all face. Because I can say this. I can say this because I have one. You can put it right in your face. Hey, the people say stay in the house.
Where the party at?
Well, how they know I'm gonna be gone?
How they know who house I'm gonna be at? How they know how many people in the house? Oh, I know. I have friends that have had parties, that have had get-togethers, and you coming out. I love y'all, but who knows? This is what we got to get into it, and this is for not only this, but I'm happy that this is showing people. It's not about what you do. You may be fine, but that one person around there had been around Susie, that's been around John, that's been around Paul, and Paul got the virus from Susie, and Susie been around them, and then the virus came back to you.
But look at the ones that were at the beach in Florida. That was like,
is it bad, you guys? I'm happy I didn't graduate and live my life already because I don't got to deal with this because graduations didn't get canceled, spring break. I was living my best life in college. I didn't deal with this because I was in Florida last year.
But it's crazy. Like when you see them on the beach, they're just laying on the beach and it's like it's nothing even going on.
They're actually saying, hey, we living our best life. Yep. We don't care about the corona, Sorona, her sister, her brother, or her auntie. Bring it on.
They said, Auntie Rona, you ain't finna mess up our stuff. Okay, Auntie Rona.
Exactly. And then like one of the guys got on the news and he said, I don't care if I die, I'm living for the now. And it was like, if you die, you living for the now. But then your same parents will be on Facebook with a GoFundMe because they don't have insurance and they'll be crying. You living for the now. And the millennials, they do. They live for the now. They don't live for the future. And they're not realizing, whenever they go back to college, you go take this back to the dorms. And then it's going to be another pandemic.
Yep.
It's just crazy.
Hope that,
And then especially because we have the mindset, I would say we, because I am a millennial, but I'd have some really great, people in my life that keep me very grounded.
That try to set you straight.
That kind of set me straight. My mama like, you got to get what you need to get back in this house.
Right
this
now,
is not that.
I told my son, listen, you're not gonna be walking in and out this door. And you either go be here or you go be there or you go be over there or over there. But if you go be here, I got my own set of rules and regulations that's for the corona. Okay.
But I will say this, little side note to my millennials, my friends, my peeps, my gang. Don't y'all be stuck at y'all boo house who don't got no food and no supplies trying to, be a little fast. Then y'all gonna be stuck over there with little Pop-Tarts and little noodles and with no tissue, that little thin tissue that's gonna rip you. That's gonna rip you. Y'all better be smart. Y'all better do what y'all gotta do before 5 o'clock. If you can't do it before 5 o'clock, it don't need to be done.
See you later.
See you later, alligator. Okay.
And it's really for our greater good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they're telling us that this virus can be contained somewhat within these 2 weeks.
Yes.
So, and then hopefully our lives can go on. Of course, the old norm would never be. No. Because after this, I am never going to be the same.
You cannot be the same. But it's sad that it took people this long to become clean. Because because some people don't even wash their hands when they come out the bathroom.
And that's so disgusting.
What?
That's nasty.
This is what you're telling me?
Oh, okay. Like I said, some people don't wash their hands when they're in the bathroom.
That is nasty.
So I feel like this is a way for the world to become clean too, because it's just certain things. Now, don't get me wrong. I was like, everybody in this room have been taught the right way, to wash your hands before you eat, wash your hands when you come in the house and all that stuff. But a lot of people do not practice right self-hygiene.
That's true.
Guys, stay clean.
Stay clean.
Basically, and put it as simple as it can be.
Simple.
Stay in the house.
Yes.
Wash your hands.
Yes.
Wash your face. Brush your teeth. I just can't believe that people have not been doing all this and now are doing this.
Yes.
Take a bath, take a shower, forget those bird baths. Just clean your house. I've seen some pictures. Unbelievable how people are living.
Yes. Yeah.
Clean your house.
And there's no
keep
need
your
for that.
Kids clean.
And then don't be taking your kids to their friends' houses, on play dates. They could be in school for all that. That's defeating the purpose.
Exactly.
And before we go on break, give a little bit of encouragement. I was talking to Vicky T, And I was like, I feel like we need to tell the people about Psalms 91 because on Divas, we joke, we play, but God is always the answer. He's always going to lead it. So Psalms 91, it goes from 1 to 16. But
go ahead and read it. They need to hear.
You want to hear the whole thing?
Go ahead.
Okay. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. So that means if y'all praying to God, He got y'all. We're gonna make it simple and plain. This is my way of breaking down the Bible for
Go ahead and do your thing.
Okay. Will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. So if you trust in Him, He gonna give you a fortress and retro.
Because right now, you can't trust man because why? They don't even know what's really going on.
Wait, pause. You can't trust man because it's a man-made virus.
I'm saying, they don't really know what's going on.
Yes, that's true.
He will cover you with His. Wait, I skipped one.
Surely He
will save you from the fowls and the snares and from the deadly. What's that? Okay, I need to look glasses. Pestilence.
Right.
He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings and His fine refuge. Y'all, He gonna cover y'all. That's simple. His faithfulness will shield you and ramp it. Y'all, now this is where it get real at. And we can stop it right after 7.
Okay.
You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pesticides that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague. Y'all hear the key word, the plague, which is disease that's taking over the world, that destroys at midday. Because we have heard in all these countries, 200 people, 500 people are dying in the night, in the midday.
I'm going to go down to the next verse.
Okay, that's how
it says 1,000 may fall at your side.
What?
10,000 at your right hand.
What?
But it would not come near you.
Say that again for the people in the back.
1,000 may fall at your side.
Okay.
10,000 at your right.
At your right.
But it would not come to you.
So that means by the blood of Jesus gonna go over you. And that's all y'all need to hear. We got to take precautions. We got to be safe. But this is the time for you to get into your Bible, for you to get right with the Lord.
There's a thing called putting on the full armor of God.
Ooh, yes, the full armor.
All of them. Your breastplates, your shield, your helmet, your just everything.
And walk with Him. And with that being said,
look at you.
We will be coming back. We will be going to a commercial. Stay tuned. Lock to Diva's Den. Thank you on Intellectual Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, initialize sequence. You're tuned in to IntellectualRadio-Podcast.
And we're back. Thank you. We are on Intellectual Radio. This is the Diva's Den. We have over 70 plus shows, something for everyone. If you're just tuning in, I am your host, Yana B, and the B stands for beauty.
Hey,
And
I am your co-host, Vicky T. I think the T stands for terrific today.
oh, okay.
Mhm.
But you gotta give like a little pizzazz on it. So say it again.
Vicky T, and the T stands for terrific.
Terrific. Yes. Energy. So, as you guys are just tuning back in, we have been talking about some things that's going on in the world. We're talking about healing the world, but we're not going to just dwell on that. My co-host, Miss Vicky T, has some things she wants to tell you guys.
I just want to make you guys aware of the scams that are going on with the coronavirus. You have people coming to your door saying that they have tests for sale. Ooh. They're just trying to get in.
On the internet,
internet, just relax, people. I just want everybody to relax.
Like you can wear this clothes right now, anyways.
Right. So, be aware of all the scams that are going on, especially the elder people, because that's who they attack. Yeah. The most. And if you guys know an elder person, go shopping for them, do something for them, so that they don't have to be out in the madness, because it's really mad out there. Yes. And yes, you may see some National Guards. But they're not here for what you guys think they're here for. They're here to make sure that the medical part of what's going on is not out of control. Yes. They're here for the medical sources only.
Exactly.
Until you guys mess up and don't
we really
can't
go outside. And that's what I wanted to say. You guys, they're trying to do this so we can get rid of this. Mm-hmm. Now, they being nice by saying we can still go a little places, you can still go a little outside, but don't make no mistake. We can be like Cali and can't go outside.
Right. Period. Martial law, and you will go to jail. And it may not be the jail that you think you're going to.
Because they're going to put you in here everywhere.
Because they could have you quarantined somewhere and don't nobody know where you are.
No phone, no nothing.
No nothing. Mm-hmm. You can't phone a friend. You can't call your mama. You know how we get when we can't call our mama, because that's who Jesus and our mama is. The most important people when you in trouble.
Yeah, shout out to
you
mama.
May be able to call Jesus, but you won't be able to call your mama.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. I found out that this is National Women's Month.
Yes. Because we are a woman. Oh, that's a great thing.
I am woman. Hear me roar. Roar. During the month of March, we give little attention to all of the amazing accomplishments of strong, determined women. Since 1987, the United States has formally recognized March as National Women's History Month. Yay! Each woman has a story to tell and gifts to share to the world. That's a true statement.
Yeah, it's true.
In the United States, Women's History Month traces its beginning back to the first International Women's Day in 1911. Wow. In 1978, the school district of Simonia, California, participated in Women's History Week. Mm-hmm. So it eventually evolved into a Women's Month.
Which is an amazing thing.
There are also themes every year. Mm-hmm. So the 2020 theme was Vigilant Woman of the Vote. Oh. So we pay homage to the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. The theme honors the brave women who fought to win the suffrage rights for women and for the women who continue to fight for the voting rights of others. And with that being said, we have a phenomenal woman in the studio.
Yes, we do.
I think the first of so many, or second or third, one of them, but close to.
Yes. Okay. I would like to introduce our featured guest this week, Miss Anit Blanton of Chicago Full Body Smokers. Anit Blanton is a 40-year-old wife and mother that once was a United States Air Force. So not only, you guys, is she a business owner, entrepreneur, she is a veteran a woman veteran at that, because you always hear about men veterans. You don't really hear about the woman. Y'all, she served her country. She has owned numerous of business from catering to candles, and now she has decided that the cigar industry is where her passion truly
Which is
lies.
a dominant man
industry. Okay. In May of 2019, Anit decided to for the cigar group called Chicago Full Body Smokers, which incorporates both men and women who enjoy the finer things of the leaf. Oh, okay. Currently, right now, Anita's working in the cigar line, which will be entitled Ancestry, that will focus on the different type of cigars from infused to full body cigars. You have to tell us the difference between that, okay? But not only does Anita enjoy the cigar industry, she also enjoys working with women veterans. Currently, right now, Anita sits on the board in the position of research executive for Top Flight Defense Inc. The organization focuses on the total package of women veterans when they come out the military. In conclusion, Anita's main focus is to continue to grow with her community. Wow. Dang. Dang, sis.
I don't know what I want to talk about first.
I know, because she didn't just woo. Okay.
So you tell us about yourself.
Yeah, you start.
Let me see. Basically, the bio sums it all up.
Yes.
I'm actually a disabled veteran.
Okay.
I was in the United States Air Force. I went exactly the month after I graduated my senior year in high school.
Wow.
Okay.
The reason why I went in the military was because when I was in high school, I know my mom's listening, but I like to party. So, and I come from a family of teachers, and I didn't want to go to college and waste my mother's money because I knew my mother would like come to and kill me.
Kill you. Yeah,
I feel that.
So, I said, well, Mom, I think I'm gonna just go in the military and try that out. And then after that, I'll go to college. So I literally enlisted my senior year, December of 1997, I enlisted, but I couldn't go until I graduated. And so in June of 1998, I was in the United States Air Force. I was in boot camp and I graduated in August of 1998. And basically my job in the military, I was an air emergency equipment inspector. So basically what I did was when the planes, I would, scan the planes to make sure their emergency equipment was working right. So then while I was in the military, I ended up getting hurt and I got medically discharged. So when I got out of the military, I decided to go to school. My first degree was in culinary arts.
Okay.
So
Chef it up.
Yeah. So then after I did that, I had a catering business. I worked in the restaurant industry, and then I got pregnant with my son. And it was a thing where, how am I going to keep working all of these long hours? It was either my son's life or keep working these long hours. So basically I sat up and I said, hey, I'm going to step out of that and raise my son and everything like that. So then I decided, I got bored, being a stay-at-home mom and everything. And I was like, what else could I do? So that's how I ended up getting into the candle business. Because in actuality, I got into the candle business because my husband and I were going to have a party. And we were looking at giving people candles. And so we were going out pricing the candles and everything like that. And I was like, everything's on YouTube now. I was like, no, we're not paying $300-$400 for candles for this party. We're not doing that. I said, so let me go home and see what I can do. So I went home. Yeah, I did. I went home and I made them. And that's how I ended up in the candle business. So then the candle business, especially once number 45 decided to start putting tariffs on everything, it started taking a toll in regards to getting wax. So the next thing you know, the wax prices start going up and everything like that. So I told my husband, I was like, hey, I think we might as well go ahead and chop this business up because, until 45 gets out, cases of wax that we were paying like $50 for a 50-pound case went up to like $70, $80.
Okay.
Wow.
So I said, you know what, let's go ahead, let's close the business and go from there. So how I got into the cigar world is, for one, let me say this. I have been smoking cigars ever since 2012. My husband introduced me to cigars. So you have a lot of people that come into the cigar world and they think it's a nightclub. But in actuality, the cigar world is a lifestyle.
Oh, okay.
You have to be prepared. Like, prime example, you guys asked me about infused cigars. So infused cigars are basically cigars that have some type of flavor to them.
Okay.
And then like full body cigars, they have a taste, but they're not infused. They basically, actually, how can I put it? Like if you trying it, so say you have 2 cups of coffee. So you have 1 cup of coffee that has sugar and cream in it, and the other cup of coffee that doesn't have anything in it except maybe flavor. That's basically how you can break down cigars.
Okay.
So them little Romeo and Juliets,
Those are considered medium to full body.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I see that that you had leaves in there. So what's the difference between like the different leaves?
Basically, the different leaves is how they basically process it.
Okay.
That's basically what it is. So with the new line, which a lot of people don't know, which my followers are probably hearing about it now. I am coming out with a cigar line. It should be out by the end of next year.
Okay.
And it's called Ancestry Cigars. I chose that name because in October 2018, I lost my grandmother. So that was like my best friend.
Ooh, okay.
And like literally, if you know anything about me and you're close to me, you know that I never went to preschool. Okay.
Really?
No, I didn't. I never went to preschool. So like my grandmother and my great grandmother, those were my preschool teachers. So I always said that.
I don't think I went to preschool either, but
I mean,
okay.
but it
I
was
just remember kindergarten. That's it.
No, it wasn't really popular with us back then. So then also I chose Ancestry because a couple of months after that, February 7th of 2019, I lost my father. So like back to back, I took 2 hits. And when I was toying around with the name, I said, okay, should I name it after my grandmother? Should I name it after my dad? How can I bring both of their memories together? So that's how I came up with Ancestry. And then with their names, we plan on tagging off of Ancestry to do the infused medium.
And you can give them their names.
Like exactly.
Wow. Ooh. Well, before we finish,
so what you have are you thinking about a cigar shop, or you're just how are you gonna promote and sell and these
basically, I have friends that are in the cigar industry that have cigar lounges. Big shout out to my mentor Mario Griffith of Stogie Life Cigar Lounge. That's my headquarters. Okay. If you ever want to find me.
And where is that at?
That is located in Blue Island, right next to in between Ravens Place and the Vault in the rear entrance. It's 130 55
the
Western.
Vault.
Yes, right next to it. It's a nice, small, quaint cigar lounge that you could go in there, talk about everyday life events, smoke your cigars, and just relax.
So,
for people, I have another question.
Yeah, just
for people that are maybe trying to get into, because I know cigars is what's popping right now. Yes. I don't smoke cigars. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke anything. But cigars are what is popping. If one wanted to get into this, what are some of the things that they could do? What are some of the things that they have to look? The pros and cons. I'll say that pros and cons.
Well, as a woman, it's a lifestyle. As a woman in the cigar world, you have to be prepared for men always challenging you,
because you got to know.
You have to know your stuff.
You
really have to, but it's real bad.
I work in construction, miss, where I'm the only. Sometimes I'm the only female, and sometimes I'm the only Black female, and I'm on the management side. So you think those boys, me telling them what to do? I don't think so.
But you have to really do your research. You have to talk to people that have been in the industry for a very long time. Do not be afraid to talk to them. You will learn from them. Like I said, Mario has been a great mentor to me. I mean, all the time, we don't get along all the time, because he'll tell me to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I'll flip that around. I'll do A. Then I'll do G. And it's funny. Yeah, let me go back to B. But you have to have somebody to mentor you that knows this is the way the stuff has to go. You have to really do your research, because you cannot, a lot of the cigars are made in Nicaragua. They're made in the Dominican Republic.
Okay, I was going to say what let the people know. Yeah. I know, but you got to let the people know.
You can't just, how can I say, like how we're sitting up here talking, you can't just go talk to those people like that.
No.
You have to know somebody that's in the industry that can talk for you. And a lot of them, they don't want to talk to you not unless you have a business plan. If you don't have a business plan, they don't want to talk to you at all, period.
So what if they not even like fully, they don't want to have a business in a cigar, but they just want to start smoking cigars, and they probably been interested, but they don't know where to start?
I would suggest, like I really started with infused cigars. That's how I started. And I started with acids and everything like that.
Well, you gotta tell people what that is.
So, yeah, because you just can't say
Acid.
I started with acid, because now I'm over here looking at you like, I'm looking at both of y'all like, okay, now you ain't tell me all that now.
Acid cigars. And also Don Rafa. They're actually here in Chicago. Hey, Maximus, shouts out to you, Raphael. And they have really good infused cigars that is something for a person to start with.
Wow. Well, we want to finish this conversation. We're going to go to a break. Please continue to listen to Diva's Den on Intellectual Radio. We're back. We are Diva's Den on Intellectual Radio, where we have over 70 plus shows. You guys, I said 70. Something for everyone.
Yes.
If you're just tuning in, I am Yana B, and my co-host Vicky T. You guys, we have Miss Anit Blanton. So for the break, we were talking about the different cigars. So you have your own. I don't know if it's a group organization. Explain.
Chicago Full Body Smokers is a group of social smokers. We get together, we smoke, we talk shop, because people don't realize in the cigar community, the cigar lounges originally were for doing business deals, and women were not allowed to come into the cigar
just
lounges.
Like the golf course.
Exactly.
Okay.
So basically we talk business. You have a lot of people in Chicago Full Body Smokers that have businesses.
Okay. So they're working women.
Yeah, they're working women, men. So
if one was, just say, I don't know what your membership is,
325,
or how you will become a member. But if just in case I was interested in being like a baby sister, baby type smoker, smoke a Black and Mild, would y'all let me in?
I know you can't smoke a Black and Mild.
Okay, what I have to smoke?
You got to smoke a regular cigar.
Okay, like a Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, you can do that.
So if I stayed on that level, because I know a little bit about them.
Yeah, those are good.
If I stayed on that level, how could I become
a Chicago Full Body Smoker?
You can go on our Facebook page, it's Chicago Full Body Smokers. Basically, what it is you send us a request. You have to answer the membership questions in order to get into the group. You
gotta know some stuff about cigars.
Yeah, you gotta know some stuff about cigars. We don't have, like, even if you're a newbie, if you just started smoking a month ago, we're not gonna say you can't be in a group. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Chicago_Full Body _Smokers.
Okay. So the last, I won't say the last thing, because I feel like your story is still being written. But one of the things that we have not talked about is You are, let me find out, you are currently the board position research executive for Top Flight Defense Inc. Let us know about that.
Yeah, it's Top Flights Defense Inc.
Yes.
First of all, Cassandra Taylor. I don't know if you're listening. Hey, Cassandra. She is the founder. Cassandra is a veteran. She was in Army Reserves for 20 some years.
Wow.
She's did numerous tours, Afghanistan, Desert Storm, everything.
God bless you.
So she came up with the idea that she wanted to have a foundation for women veterans that we basically help them out, because a lot of people don't realize we have a lot of issues. They think it's just the men, but the women have issues. And it's not as easy to sit up and talk with a man about it. It's easier to talk to another woman because they can relate, like anything in life. So with that being said, she came up, we are now, basically we have our 501(c) and we give back.
Okay, nonprofit.
Yes, we give back.
If people don't know what a 510(c)(3) is, that is a nonprofit. That is how you are able to get funds for your organization.
Correct.
That is the way that you are able to give back to the community.
Yep.
Yeah.
So August 29th of this year, 60 of us are getting together and our stories will be published in a book of why we served. You got in the book, you will see us in uniform and then you'll see us in a ball gown. So basically we're bringing awareness, because everybody has a different story about why they served and what they experienced and everything like that. So we're bringing an awareness to, don't forget about the women, you know, and that's the biggest thing. Even if you go to the VA hospitals, it's like you forget, it's like everything is more geared towards the men. And then the women are like, we like,
you know, what about us?
What about us?
Exactly.
Because whenever you, and that's I think that's amazing, because not only is it Women History Month, but I feel like women needs to be celebrated every day. And you always just hear about the men's problem. Oh, well, we have men veterans, and we have this, we have that, but we never talk about the women. And it's a lot of women.
And you just made me think about too, you know, we never hear women talk, well, the women that have served, we never hear them talking about the, what is it, PTSD. You know,
that's some real
and
stuff.
Now I'm thinking, how many women that I know that have served that have that?
Oh,
they have not said anything, you know,
it's
have
great
not
numbers.
said anything about it, you know, where can they go to get help? You know, now I'm thinking about all this type of stuff.
But then you gotta think about it, Vicky T, that women, we feel as and we have to be so strong. And we gotta always keep it together. And like we said, we don't really hear about a lot of women being veterans. So then we feel like, well, nobody want to hear about they probably feel like nobody want to hear about their issues. And I just got to keep going on because I'm still a mother. I'm still a wife. I still have to do this. I still have to cook. I still have to clean. But not knowing that just how we see the little war movies, the little veteran movies, and they be having a little
and the women are going
flashbacks
through having nightmares at night.
Thing. But then we're called crazy, or we're over dramatic, or we're emotional. So I feel like that your organization is really great and will help a lot of women, because women need to talk to somebody.
Yeah, they do.
Because we go crazy too.
We're gonna start incorporating. Actually, Cassandra, we had our board members. We were talking about having somebody on the board that can deal as a mental health specialist.
Yes.
So that we can basically direct the women if they need help where they can go.
Because mental health is very real.
It's really real. And you have a lot of the women that they're taking jobs in the military that are combat jobs. And they're like, you know, they Army Rangers, Navy SEALs, they like, let's go. You know, and you have to think about how that affects them and the stuff that they see. Because a lot of people don't know how to process the separation.
Yes, I will say that I have my little sister. She is in the Navy. She went to Jackson State, still goes to Jackson State. You know, you got to do
she's in the reserve.
Yeah, in the reserve. And so right now, I think she's in Madrid. Don't know. She's on a boat. But she was we were talking, and she was just like, you know, I take it day by day. Some days are longer than the next day. Some days I feel like I'm going insane. And some days it's amazing. And she was like, but she's like, she prays, and she said she tries to, you know, focus her anxiety and her mental illness. And because she's like, I know when I get out of here, I'm not gonna be the same because of the stuff that you see in any which way. And not only in that woman, a lot of stuff that we see in the world, especially Chicago, it brings mental illness. So I just feel like that is a great thing. So how can women that are veterans, that need help, that needs your specialties, how can they get in contact with you
We
guys?
are on Facebook.
Okay, yes.
You can look us up, Top Flight Defense on Facebook. We're on Instagram. And as soon as you send us a message, an inbox message, somebody on the board will answer.
Okay. Is it like a membership fee for that? Or is that
as of right now, no. She has not set a membership fee. We're still working on the logistics about all of that. And we're always around. We'll be, now that we have the coronavirus going on, a lot of the events and stuff that we wanted to do, we have to postpone them. But August 29th.
And women who may want to, at some point, I may even want to participate in, I'm not a veteran, but I have family members and friends that have served. And I'm always looking for ways to give back and for my organization to give back.
Because tell them what divas mean.
Divas just doesn't mean divas. It's developing intellectual visions and self.
Yep.
And we have to give back because because regardless of the fact we are all women.
Yes.
And so is there anything that you would like our listeners to know, rather if it's in the cigar industry, rather if it's about being a veteran?
Basically, you have to believe in yourself. Never let anybody tell you can't do something. You got to keep pushing. And that's what I do every day. I keep pushing, I keep praying, and I keep it moving. It's just simple.
Okay.
Ooh. Vicky T, is there anything that you need to let the people know?
Please, please, please adhere to the rules and the regulations once again that has been set before us. Guys, if you do not have to go out, please stay in the house. Thank you.
You guys, because let's reiterate this before we get out the air. At 5:00
p.m. today.
Not
tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Today. Yeah. Your essentials. Don't panic. Your essentials will be available and open to you. That means Walmart will still be open. Jewels will still be open. The laundromat will be open. And the gas station for those that still do have to work. Essentials, look it up.
But our in drive-thrus only will be open. You guys, this is serious. We're already up to 500, and that was last night. How many people?
I don't know. These are tallies from last night.
How many?
So there's like 585 open cases in Illinois, with 163 of them being new as of yesterday.
Okay.
5 people have died.
Okay. And so this is everybody like, yo, this virus is trying to control us. No, we're trying to stop it. And so, and we're trying to stop it before they do become martial law, and before we do, and before we cannot get out the house, period. This is serious, you guys. And if we want to get back to our everyday lives, and like JB Pritzker, the governor, he said, look, I don't want to mess up that man's name, but he said a great thing. He said, I know that I am changing people's livelihoods, but I'm trying to save people's lives. Because you can't have a livelihood if you don't have a life.
And you have to know, and and this is because I am spiritual.
Yes, very much.
You have to know that this is a warfare, an invisible warfare.
Yes.
So you have to fight it with your invisible weapons. And not necessarily, of course, you have to pray. Prayer should be, this should not be the first time that you're praying.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
But when I mean invisible warfare, guys, you got to listen. That's an invisible warfare.
Yes.
Listen, pay attention, and act accordingly.
Exactly. Act accordingly. Yes. And before we end, today, I would like to give a special condolences to my really good sister, Bernae Scott, and her mom, Alicia Thomas. They lost her grandmother today. She was fighting cancer. So I definitely feel that in my spirit, because I lost my grandma to cancer in 2014.
Yes.
So I want to just give them,
They're related to me.
For real.
Small
world.
So I want to give shout out to them and you guys. Thank you.
And on that note, guys, one more other thing too. If you take care of your body will take care of you.
And your spirit,
vitamins,
immune systems, garlic,
meditate,
oranges, mangoes.
These 2 weeks, get somewhere and meditate.
Yes.
Find out about yourself.
Ooh, say it again.
Find out about yourself.
Find out about your kids. And thank you a shout out to the teachers. Because y'all
you felt
with
that
y'all
in your
kids.
Sha-na-na, right?
My Sha-na-na.
Okay.
So you guys, shout out to the teachers and y'all deal with y'all kids. So when they go back to school, ain't gonna be having no parents conference because y'all know it's y'all kids, not the teachers.
You said because when you know better, you'll do better. So
better.
you finna find out about your kids.
They know they're finding out about it already. They're the hours. Look, they said hour 25 with their child. So and thank you for Miss Anise for being our guest. In these times. Thank you for Vicky T. Thank you for Intellectual Studios, still being Intellectual Radio for being open for us.
Yes.
And everybody's social distancing.
Yes.
And
sanitizing.
And as we always end the show,
we're gonna say feed your brain and get your mind right.
You guys be safe and have a great day.